2, 1. Hey, everybody. Thank you for tuning in to episode number 18. Is it 18 or is it 17?
18
of Teddybears and Tentacles podcast. I'm your host, Quinn, and I have with me today Skinny Rick.
Yeah.
What's been going on, man?
Nothing much. Wired up those trees.
Oh, yeah.
On the stage last night.
Cool.
That was fun. My fingers hurt now from all the
Christmas treeing. Yeah.
All that. You know, when you're doing a wire and you gotta. Yeah. And then I told you about it earlier, but I had that crazy dream last night. So that was a dream inside of a dream.
That's all you told me. What? All right, tell me about it.
Well, I had a dream that me and Ethan were like shooting a short film for this competition. And the thing about my dreams is I can't tell when I'm dreaming or when I'm like awake. Like I can't tell the difference. And so, you know, some people are like, oh, I know, like I'm dreaming, like I know I'm asleep. And I can't tell. It feels very realistic. So we're doing this, and then I like wake up, and Ethan's at my house. He like stayed the night.
Yeah. And
we're both like, dude, I had this dream that we were shooting a thing last night, and we had the same dream. And then we were like, did that actually happen? And we just like don't remember coming back here and going to sleep. And so like we like go to open, like I unlock my computer and we're like looking to see if there's footage or something. And then I wake up and now I'm here, but it's like I don't know if I'm still asleep or not.
Well, you're not asleep, dude. I actually am the opposite of what you are. So I know I usually pretty quickly into a dream can tell that I'm in a dream, and then in it, I can usually make the decision to wake up or not. But I had, I don't know if I ever told you about this. I had a reoccurring dream for years, and it was, you probably never seen the movie Jeepers Creepers.
No, but I know of it.
It's like an old school scary, movie. And so it was kind of like, it was basically that situation. I was in it, and I had to like, and it got to the point to where it was so reoccurring. I mean, I've probably had it probably about 20 times. And the last time was a few years ago. But, I mean, it got to the point to where, like, whenever it would reoccur, I would just be like, all right, here we go. Like, last time I did this, that didn't work. I know where my keys are now. I couldn't find them the last time. But, like, I did finally find them towards the end of it.
Yeah.
Like, stuff like that. And it's pretty weird. Like, I kind of do, like, a video game type thing, basically. It started probably 10 years ago. I was probably 17, 18, 19, really? Something like that. Yeah. It's weird.
For a while I had it wasn't a reoccurring dream. It was a continuous dream. So like I'd pick up where I left off whenever I'd fall asleep. And this lasted for a while. But the thing is where I'd pick up, like the dream. Do you watch Doctor Who? Did you ever?
Not into it, dude.
Okay. So there's one episode, right, where spoiler alert, they're asleep. Mm. Basically, they fall asleep and they're going between two different realities whenever they wake up. Whenever they fall asleep in one, they wake up in the other.
Yeah.
And they're going back and forth, and they don't know which one's real.
Yeah.
So if they're like, okay, if we die in the dream one, we'll wake up in the real one.
Yeah.
But since we don't know, if we die in real life, then we won't wake up at all.
Yeah.
And then so it was kind of like that. It was like I'd go to sleep, and then it would be this like continuous dream, but it was like this post-apocalyptic, like alien invasion, falling sky scenario. And I didn't know which one, for like a few months, didn't know which one was real.
Yeah, that's what I was about to say, dude. How do you know that this isn't the dream right
That's
now?
What it felt like.
Yeah.
But then I stopped having those dreams.
Yeah, I read a book one time that did that. Well, yeah, man, that's pretty weird.
It was weird. It doesn't, like, it's so weird to me that my dreams are so, like, they feel so real.
Yeah. Yeah. It's weird.
It's weird.
Strange. Well, this week I haven't really been doing much of anything, dude. Saturday I did a little bit of work for somebody locally that needed some AV stuff done, and that's pretty much it, man. Getting ready to shoot the Christmas episode later this week. It's gonna be fun.
It's gonna be fun.
Yeah, it's gonna be fun. I've been doing some Christmas shopping, stuff like that, and online.
Yeah,
because I'm one of those people.
Yep.
But yeah. Anything else you can think of before we start?
No. Dude, I started trying to play Hunt Showdown again.
Yeah.
I've been messing with it a little bit, and I think I scared the crap out of someone. So, like, in the game, the chat, it's like proximity chat.
Yeah.
So, like, the closer you are, the louder and stuff like that. So, it's nighttime. First of all, the game's already mega spooky. Not necessarily horror. Like, it's not the same thing as like Five Nights at Freddy's type stuff where it's like jump scary. It's just unsettling. Like the sounds, and when you play with headphones, it's very realistic. The direction of stuff. So it's already spooky. We're playing the weather condition, like for the map, is nighttime, basically. Like there's different weather conditions, and so we're playing at night, so you can't see very well. Yeah. And we're in this old, it's like 1800s theme the game is, so we're in this old abandoned prison. It's massive. It's got like different corridors and blocks and stuff. And we get into a fight, me and this random guy that I'm with. We get into a fight, and the other team's like lurking about. There's like a whole bunch of gunfire, and then it goes quiet. And everyone's just crouch walking, looking for each other. And I finally see that guy. He's about to sneak up on my partner. He's like coming around the corner, and I see the back of him like clear a door. And I aimed, and then I was like, wait, I'm not gonna shoot him. And I looked, and there was a big sledgehammer that you can use. So I picked it up and took off sprinting. And as I got behind him in chat, just yelled, "Peekaboo!" Wham!
Nice.
It was beautiful.
Nice. Could you hear him say anything back or no?
No. But he had taken off. He took off running from me. And I was like, "Come here, boy, you're mine!" And I chased him down, and he like tried to like get away and like set traps and stuff. And I was just like, it was just like in a horror movie, basically. But like I was the murderer with the big, and he was trying to get away. The reason I think he was scared out of his mind is because he had every opportunity to shoot me, but he missed every shot. He had a shotgun and just was throwing his shots. Yeah. It was beautiful. Yeah. And then I wound up finishing him off with some brass knuckles, just bam, right in the face. Nice. It was good.
Well, that sounds like fun. I haven't got a chance to play much of anything. I've been playing a little bit of Pokemon, but that's pretty much it. Yeah. I got a bunch of good ones now.
I played yesterday. We didn't end up coming down here until like 3. Yeah. So I did that, went on a run, tried to do a healthy.
Yeah. How far did you make it?
I don't know. I probably ran like a mile. Nice. I mean, no, more than that. Because five city blocks is a mile, right?
I don't know.
Probably ran like a mile and a half.
Cool.
So, good. Yeah, I'm not, not into it.
Yeah, I went to sleep pretty early last night. I've been watching a bunch of documentaries.
Yeah.
Yeah, nothing really good, I guess. But I've still been watching them.
Mandalorian's been good.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
it has been good. I know that we said we were going to talk about it. Do we want to talk about it now, or do we want to wait till the beginning of the year? How many episodes is it going to be?
I think we're halfway through the season was episode like 4 or 5, whatever the one was with the ST. Spoiler alert. It's not that big of a spoiler.
That's not the last one. That's the one before. There's a new one.
Yeah. I'm saying we were at the halfway mark with that one.
Oh, yeah.
So there's only like 10 or 12 episodes.
And it's pretty short. I don't know, dude.
Well, they already are filming season 2.
Yeah. I've been, me and Callie been talking about it a little bit and stuff, and I really like it. It just feels to me like a video game pitch that like got put on the back burner for a long time. Just the way that the storyline is kind of built. Yeah. Like it's very linear. So like every episode is like there's a specific task that needs to be accomplished. Yeah. It gets to the end of it, and he always ends up leaving at the end of it. Like gets in the ship. It starts in a ship almost every time and ends in the ship almost every time.
Yeah.
Like a video game is kind of set up. It's kind of, I don't know. I mean, I like it for sure. It's just weird. It's weird. And it's like, there hasn't been a situation that has happened in it yet that I've been like, this is something that is for sure going to recur. Like, this is going to happen again.
Like, it's going to come back.
Like, everything that's happened is just
independent,
like,
almost.
Like, we're past that. Like, we're probably not going to see this character again. We're not going to, like...
I don't know.
Do you get what I'm saying?
I do. The character that they introduced at the end of the last episode, I think, is going to be a reoccurring person.
Yeah, that's the only one that I've seen so far that I thought that. That's the only one.
So I love it,
No, I really enjoy it. It just, like, I noticed that a couple episodes ago. I was like, oh, this is like...
Well, it is very...
This is very video game,
I think also part of what comes with that is the fact that it's like this Western style, and it's like this whole thing is just like you just kill people. It's like, you're trying to cross me.
Yeah,
Blast.
I mean, yeah, for sure. But it also kind of at the same time seems video game too, to where it's like your guy. Sometimes you're playing a game and it's like your guy is just like I'm just this guy.
Yeah.
And like I'm assumed it assumes that I know like who this guy is, and like they really don't give me a past or anything like that. Yeah. It's just the Mandalorian.
Yeah.
That's it. We don't know if his name's Jeff.
I think it's probably going to escalate. If I had to guess, I think the last few episodes are going to ramp up real quick, and it's going to get real intense because we've seen some of his thing. He's had flashbacks, but not anything specific.
Very, very, yeah.
Dude, when they showed...
It's good.
Spoiler alert. When they showed that super battle droid...
Yeah.
I was like...
Yeah.
Those things are beefy, dude. They the thing is in the movies, it's the same thing like with Halo. It's like in the most like in the Halo games when you play as Master Chief, it's like you're a 9-foot tall super soldier.
Yeah. And
like if I understand it, the assault rifles that are made for the Spartans shoot 50 cal.
Yeah.
Just massive. And so it's like, yeah, it seems like the Covenant or like the aliens are just pushovers because you're just tearing them up, But when you play Halo 3 ODST and you're just some guy, it's like, and so I feel like in the movies, we watch like the Jedis and stuff, and they're just like, But then whenever you look at it, like even in Clone Wars, it's like those things can like tank a bunch of damage.
Yeah.
They're mean.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, it looks good, dude. It's gonna be good. So we are a little bit over halfway done with it, I guess.
The show, yeah. Well, with season 1.
Went quick, dude. Went quick. I mean, they did a great job on it.
I've been having to watch it the day it comes out to avoid spoilers.
Yeah.
If you were watching this and you haven't started watching the show, I don't know how it's not been spoiled for you.
Yeah.
Unless it has. And I tell everyone, I'm like, this is not a show you want spoiled. This is something you want to watch.
Dude, Baby Yoda is actually probably the first meme in a minute that's lasted
this long.
Yeah, this long.
Oh yeah, dude, and it's getting more popular.
Yeah, I mean, we're looking at about like
it's flooding the market.
Weeks. Yeah,
I was making the joke.
5,
I was
6
like,
weeks.
It's flooding the market. The memes,
Yeah,
we got a rush of Baby Yoda memes. Our meme stonks are all whack. Everyone's trying to buy up some Baby Yoda.
Yeah, I like it, dude. I'm into it. Let's go ahead and get into the episode.
Yeah, boy.
So that I actually have a good bit of stuff that I want to talk about. And also, like, I don't know. So we talked about that banana last week. I'm just going to talk about this real quick because I saw it a few days ago, but Fighter and the Kid talked about it. So I don't want to.
Did they really?
Well, what I'm about to talk about. So their episode, I found out about this literally like 2 days ago. So they must have recorded the episode that came out and had it posted like within a day or two. But somebody walked up and ate one of the bananas. Yeah, another artist. There's a video. Another artist walked up and ate one of the bananas. And you would think that he would get in trouble.
No, it just made it more valuable. If you eat half of it,
no, I mean he
take
ate the whole thing.
Take one bite out of it. Now it's worth double.
You know what they did?
What?
They just taped another one to the wall and they were like, resume auction. I'm being serious. So it was 3 of them. It ended up being 3 of them. But yeah, I thought that was, worth talking about. So let's look this up. Couple steals Christmas presents from foster kids. So we're gonna look at this, and then I got actually a lot of Epstein stuff that I want to talk about today. Not a lot, but more than we have had recently. Which means I'm about to be not doing an illegal and VPN and some BBC again.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, supposedly I have not seen it, but they came out with a second part to the Prince Andrew thing.
Guess we're gonna have to fly back over there, boy.
Yeah.
All right, which one of these you want?
You can do the first one, people. Yeah. All right, so we're gonna talk about this real quick.
Oh, dude.
So police arrest 2 Grinches for allegedly stealing Christmas presents from foster children.
All right. This dude looks like, this is how it went. She was like, yo, let's steal some of these presents. And he was like, all right.
Yeah.
Like, she definitely was
She looks a little bit like the actual Grinch.
Well, that's what I'm saying. She definitely looks like she's the mastermind here, and he's just like the guy that's like.
Yeah.
Are they a couple? Is that how it is?
No, let's read it.
Because it seems like that's how it would go. Is he'd be like, oh, well, if you're doing it.
Yeah. So this is the article.
Then I'll go.
A California man and woman are facing multiple charges after police say they stole Christmas gifts meant for foster children. Joseph Bentacourt, 24, and Marie Bennett, 40, were arrested on Friday in connection to a burglary at Children First Foster Family Agency off Red Bluff, a city approximately 130 miles northwest of Sacramento. Police said they were notified of the theft around 10:51 a.m. when staffers of the nonprofit agency called about a burglary that occurred sometime during the night before, which a large amount of toys set aside as Christmas gifts for foster children were stolen from the office. So it says they reviewed surveillance. Scroll down. Is this the stuff that what is this? Oh, this must be the stuff that they stole.
It says related.
Related family bags for return of dog. No, that's a different thing. Look, this picture right here. See? Red Bluff Police Department. Stolen toys. Then none of this stuff looks like toys.
No, it's not.
So there's
it was probably for teenagers, honestly.
Yeah,
there's the foster kids.
2
sleeping bags.
Yeah. Sleeping bags, 2 big screen TVs.
Some backpacks.
A
satchel.
Like Bluetooth speakers.
Some fishing rods.
Dude, it's nice stuff. PlayStation 4 controller. There might be a PlayStation up in there.
And then there's just that first aid kit.
Yeah, first aid kit. Man,
what is that? What is that implying? If you're giving a foster kid a first aid kit.
Well, I mean, look at the stuff that they're giving them, like movable, aroundable stuff,
and like microwaves,
sleeping bag, and backpacks and all that stuff. I've been doing a lot of foster kid talk on the neglected, man, and it's rough for those kids. It really is. So they were able to discover stolen Christmas presents and posted a photo of the gifts on their Facebook. In the picture, the toys that were taken appear to include 2 large screen TVs, fishing poles, PlayStation 4 controllers, and brand new sleeping bags. Their bail was set to $50,000 each. Man, I mean, situations like this, like, first off, I hate that this happened. These people are, these people are bad people, that are going to do something like that. Also, more than likely, drugs are involved in something like this. That lady looked like she's led a hard life.
I mean, she's got purple hair,
Yeah. I mean, I don't know, man. I feel bad for this entire situation. I feel bad that first off, these kids are in foster care. Also, that they're getting their presents stolen, and then that these people are in whatever situation they're in where they feel like they need to steal Christmas presents from a foster care agency. It's not good. None of it.
Yeah, dude. That's messed up.
Yeah. But I'm glad they recovered that stuff, man. That's some nice stuff,
Oh, yeah, dude.
Some good stuff. Scroll down some. Yeah, so let's see what else we got, man. Look up meth found in air fryer. Ads.
What did you say?
Meth found in air fryer.
I'm sorry.
So this is in Kentucky. Louisville police find more than $100,000 of meth stuffed inside of an air fryer. Scroll down. Louisville, Kentucky. The Louisville Metro Police Department served more than 100,000. I just said that. Information pertaining to the drug bust and Facebook's page Saturday afternoon. According to the Facebook post, the department's Major Case Unit 1 in narcotics tracked the package to a porch in Yorktown Road in Auburndale neighborhood and filed a search warrant to receive it. Officers found 9 kilograms of meth, which is roughly 20 pounds, inside the package. Yep. So I thought this. I just thought it was funny. Mr. Sergio, if you want your dope, call LMPD. A department spokesperson joked. The department's investigation into drugs is ongoing. So more than likely, what this is this is probably a dark web situation. If you order drugs off the internet, this is how they come. They come in some kind of undisclosed package or whatever that, what they hope is that it doesn't get opened or anything like that. It also could just be somebody shipping it to him from just somebody that he knows. But it's crazy, man. I had a buddy, a good close friend of mine, man. He
100,000 is a lot of stuff. Like, I don't have $100,000 worth of anything.
20 pounds of any drug is a crap ton of drugs and a crap ton of money, whether it's pot or meth or heroin. It's a lot of drugs and a lot of money worth of it. So 10 pounds. Meth is expensive too. But I had a close friend of mine. He was getting pot shipped to him through somebody, and I kept telling him, I would talk to him on the phone all the time. He didn't live in the same state as me at the time, and I kept telling him, dude, You need to stop getting it. And one day they brought a package and they asked them to sign for it. And whenever you sign for it, you are admitting that you know that you are, like, you're expecting a package and you're expecting this particular package. And so a bunch of narcotics agents jumped out of the back of the FedEx truck and arrested him. It's crazy.
I thought you were about to say bushes.
No, out of the actual truck itself. Yeah, man. I don't know. This really isn't surprising. I love seeing this whenever they find stuff like this, because at the end of the day, like, trying to get drugs shipped to you from anywhere is a bad idea. Also, believe it or not, the smartest way to do it, if you were going to do it, would be through the post office, not through FedEx or USPS or UPS.
Oh, yeah?
They're private-owned companies, and so they can actually they have the liberty to basically check your stuff if they want to, as to where the post office has to get a search warrant and stuff like that, because it's a government situation.
Good. Glad that that's how that works.
Yeah. What are you doing, dude?
What?
You broke the table?
No.
No?
No.
Oh. Well, yeah. What do you think, man? You got anything to say about this?
I mean, I just am $100,000.
Worth of anything, huh?
I don't have 100. If you took all of the stuff I owned, nah, you wouldn't even have $100,000 if you took everything I owned and sold it.
How much do you think you would have? $78?
Yeah, probably. You could probably get close to 10,000 if you really stretched it,
Let's see what else we got.
Like, the most valuable thing I have is my car.
Yeah.
And that's, 2,000 maybe, if someone were to be willing to pay that much.
Yeah. I don't know, man.
Next would probably be my computer, which is roughly 1,000. Probably a little less.
Do you want to talk about this shooting that took place at the military base?
I didn't know about that.
In Florida. Look that up. Do military base shooting in Pensacola. So investigators in Florida and Saudi Arabia on Sunday dug deeper into a background of a Saudi aviation student who fatally shot 3 people at Pensacola Naval Base, as lawmakers from both parties demanded the kingdom fully cooperate in the investigation. So I think what was happening is that they were doing a training of some Saudi soldiers over there. So officials sought to reassure Pensacola residents that they knew of no ongoing threat in that area, saying that while investigators pursue a wide variety of interviews and evidence, there was only one gunman behind Friday's violence. On the third day of the investigation into the attack at a base where U.S. military trains pilots from foreign forces, details on what has been learned so far sparse, tentative, and sometimes contradictory. Scroll down. The gunman, a Royal Air Force member named Ahmed Mohammed al-Shamrani, was shot dead by a sheriff's deputy responding to the rampage. Shamrani apparently left hints that he was motivated, at least in part, by his hatred of American foreign policy and military might. The weapon used in the attack was a 9mm Glock, was lawfully purchased. Rachel Rojas, the FBI agent in charge of the investigation said Sunday on a news conference, but she did not describe how it was obtained and brought onto a base where outside weapons are generally not permitted. So at these bases, dude, it is like the gun restriction, or everything that they have to go through to like obtain a weapon and stuff like that is pretty hard. Like it's very restricted. It's very like their policies around it are just really hardcore.
You can't have guns.
Yeah, I had Justin one day. He described the like what he would have to do to just get one. It's a process.
Oh yeah.
Like for him to get it every time that he needs to get it, and so so somehow this guy brought this thing in from outside, and I think they're looking into seeing whether or not it's a terrorist attack linked to some organization like Al Qaeda or ISIS or something like that.
Okay.
But yeah, man, we're over there. I don't know, dude. I guess this is the kind of stuff that you always have the potential to happen where we're training other nations' militaries, through our military on our soil,
Yeah,
especially
I don't know what that's like. Why are we doing that?
I think we've just always kind of done it with allied forces. Like that's whenever we go to places like Afghanistan and stuff like that, we're working with them, their forces to help train them and stuff like that. I mean, Saudi Arabia, the U.S.'s alliance with them is, allegedly good. I'm not a foreign policy expert or anything like that, but I do know enough about it to know that we've done a lot to maintain a close relationship with that country for a long time. But we also know for sure that 16 of the 19 hijackers from 9/11 were Saudi nationals. So it's, it just kind of is one of those things. And this is a super sad situation. Anytime something like this happens, it's sad that we have people that are shot and killed over hatred, but it's also sad that the hatred exists in the first place.
Yeah.
So, do you expect to transgress against others, yet be spared in retribution? Okay, here we go. The investigators say that they believe he posted an anti-American tweet before the shooting saying decision makers, the politicians, the lobbyists, and the major corporations are the ones gaining from your foreign policy. The post also said, do you expect to transgress against others and yet be spared retribution? How many more body bags are American families willing to receive?
And we didn't.
It's definitely this, similar ideology. I mean, I don't know, man. I just think a lot about those places in the world and what, what those places look like and how weird it would be to have like a huge country's military come and, it's just a really strange situation.
Yeah.
For one guy to say like, I'm gonna do this based on like my hatred of this country's policy and the fact that like they're forcing themselves on. I mean, I don't know, dude. Of course, there's speculation going around whether it's terrorism or if it's not terrorism, but
dude, that
hit back.
I was just gonna say that makes it so complicated because it's like it just seems like such a confusing thing, talking about terrorism because it's like just seems like I don't know.
Yeah,
I don't even know how to explain it. It's just like, a lot of times it's connected to religion, but obviously not everybody, is a terrorist.
Yeah, I mean, it's not. I don't know, dude.
Is that even?
Yeah, it's a separate thing than what you're thinking about, though. It's more of an ideology than it is based on religion. So it's not, like saying Muslim, for instance, is such. I mean, it's just like saying Christian, like being a Christian and knowing how many denominations there are and how different all of them are. Like,
yeah, I mean, it's different.
Christian is like one of the biggest blankets that you can. It's like saying person. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Or plant. Like, it's the same kind of thing as what Muslim is. And so, like, ISIS is more of. I mean, it is a religious state, but it's an ideology.
Like my point is like, even with the Westboro Baptist stuff, it's like that is like connected to religion, but it's not the same thing, if that makes sense. Like, that's my point, is just like it just gets really complicated because I don't know. It just seems like people are quick to talk about, well, look at how bad Christians are.
Yeah.
Because of groups like Westboro Baptist. But then it's also like, when it comes to, terrorism and stuff, it's like, well, not everyone's like that, And it's just like, why are we so like focused on one thing instead of, like why does it always have to be this like thing where we basically are targeting everyone under this blanket statement,
Yeah. Well, I mean, I think that we're a lot further away from that than where we used to be.
Yeah.
I mean, I can remember closer to when 9/11 happened. That's what, like, Muslim was
not a good thing.
Yeah, I mean, it wasn't. Like, it was rough, and like, it was a blanket statement, and it was like it mirrored similarly to what, the N-word was, like, growing up in Louisiana. Like, there was just, it was like always surrounded by stereotype and like, all this. Those Muslims wear, towel heads, and like, that's the kind of stuff that used to get said.
Oh yeah.
By almost everyone. Like, people that I knew as like non-racist people back then, like, that's, after 9/11 happened, like, nobody cared. And really what it is you're like, it's a religious group. It's not a race.
Yeah.
Muslim's not a race, and even if it was a race, it still doesn't. I mean, it doesn't. That would be like if another country wanted to go to war with us because they were just like, yeah, like, every American is just like Donald Trump. Like, he's the representation of your entire,
Yeah.
That's what that's like. And that it couldn't be further from anything, you know. So
no, it's just weird because, like things like 9/11 did happen, and that's where it's like that's where it gets so complicated for me. Is it's like, okay, even talking about some of this, like who we're allowing, into programs like this, even with the hijackers, they were all, like, weren't they in flight school? Yeah, and that's my thing is like
all 19 of them were.
It's like, it just gets complicated because it's like you can't tell. It's hard to tell who's going to do something crazy and then who's just trying to do a regular.
It's hard. 9/11 is an even more weird one because of the relationship that we have with Saudi Arabia. Like, 16 of the 19 hijackers were Saudi Arabian because it would be easier with their Saudi passport to get here. So there could have been, let's say hundreds of or thousands or whatever of Al Qaeda, and these are just so happen to be
the ones
that had not on a watch list. They're from Saudi. It'll be easier for
Well, even with that, they were on a list, not on a watch, but they were on.
Some of them were.
Yeah.
Some of them were had.
It's just confusing to me how
they knew about some of them.
How we,
Well, this happened, and regardless of if it's tied to any form of.
This seems like it was more politically driven than anything.
Yeah.
Based off the tweet, Yeah. But
talking
I
about
don't
foreign
know.
policy and stuff like that. There's no telling, dude. There's no telling. But go to that first one. Pensacola hit by cyber attack days after shooting. So the city of I don't even want to look at this. Never mind. It's talking about the city of Pensacola.
Blam.
Yeah. All right, real quick before we get out of here, we got to do some Epsteinery. And there is a lot of it, my friend. So first off, type in just type in Epstein news, because there's a few things that came out recently. Boom, first one. Click that. Yes. So here is a picture of Jeffrey Epstein dressed up as a Navy SEAL. Ghislaine Maxwell.
With a masquerade mask.
Ghislaine Maxwell and Harvey Weinstein. So you've got Jeffrey Epstein hanging out with Me Too movement. You know who Harvey Weinstein is, right? Okay. So new photo shows. We don't even have to read it. No. So we'll show this picture. This picture's up right now. You're now looking at this picture.
Weinstein is the guy who
Weinstein is a Hollywood guy
who made all those actresses sleep with him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dude, what? This has to be at some kind of let's see if we can find out at least what this was. Celebration. It's an 18th birthday celebration. So it must have been some kind of a costume thing. Why is he dressed up as a Navy SEAL? Do you know what I'm saying? That seems pretty disrespectful.
It's the freaking banana.
Yeah, top articles, dude. So there was that. I wanted to look at that first before we look at some of the other stuff. Weinstein wears a tuxedo as he stands next to Epstein wearing a Navy SEAL with a row of medals.
Weird, dude.
This photograph sums up just why the Epstein affair has been so disastrous for Andrew. Man, bro.
About 400 guests were at the party.
Yeah, 1888 theme. So he's dressed up, I guess, as he's trying to dress up as some kind of an admiral or something. Man, bro. That's not a good look. Let's hit back. I wonder if Harvey Weinstein was on the plane, bro.
I bet he was. I can almost guarantee you that he was at some point.
So, go click the second one. So this is huge right here. So I don't know how they got in touch with her, if she reached out to them or what, but
so
Ghislaine Maxwell has agreed to do an interview with BBC, a tell-all interview. Bro, this is going to be... do you think she's going to do it in person? Let's read it. Accused Madam Ghislaine Maxwell is the latest in Jeffrey Epstein's scandal, planning a major TV interview in part to defend her disgraceful pal, Andrew, the British media heiress She will do a sit-down interview with the big dude. So here's my question whenever it comes to stuff like to this specifically. If you were the reporter for this, like she is 100%, if they know where she is, and she's not in witness protection already, she's definitely going to get arrested. So do you think that you personally, Skinny Rick, have the ethical and moral code and the professionalism? Would you be able to do this interview low key and not contact authorities?
You asking what I would do?
Yeah. Could you do it?
Oh, I'd do it and then arrest her.
You would get the interview and then do it?
Yeah. I would friggin' tell the
But you understand that if you do that, you never get another source again, probably. You'll never like you'd have to come decide for yourself whether or not this is the biggest story you'll ever have. You know what I mean? Because if it's not, nobody's ever going to talk to you again. You know?
I don't know, dude.
Bro.
I'm fine with being a one-hit wonder.
Here you go. Maxwell 57 is understood to be at the heart of the FBI's probe into Epstein's sex trafficking. Dude, this I really want this to happen. This is the only thing that we can. I'm gonna be honest with you. I figured she was I figured she was probably dead. You know?
No.
Oh man. It's getting interesting, dude. It's getting interesting.
You think we'll get to the bottom of it if they talk to her? Or do you think that there's something bigger going on, you know? And then she's going to do the interview and we're going to think we found the answer, but really we just...
I mean, there's something bigger going on. There's no doubt about it. But, I mean...
Dude, how crazy.
She is... This is the ranking of people who know what's actually going on. Number 1, Jeffrey Epstein. Number 2, Ghislaine Maxwell. Number 3, probably maybe Prince. I don't know, but those are the top 2. The rest of the list, it doesn't matter.
You think how crazy would it be if in the next few years we found this out and like the world completely changed because we found out who's been running the show the whole time? You know?
Yeah.
How crazy.
That's what I thought was going to happen to begin with.
That's what I want to happen. I want it to be like this weird, like new age of enlightenment.
I mean, it's halfway. The curtain is halfway open from this already.
Tear it down, bro.
It is for sure.
And then we'll have a dance party. I'm down, dude. I'm ready to find out we're in the Matrix. You know.
She's the only person that knows.
Yeah, I don't know, dude. This could be fun.
I said it here first. She will be dead.
I mean, she's gonna
before
die.
This interview.
I mean, she's gonna die.
She will suicide herself before this interview.
What's weird is that they said that they announced it. They shouldn't have announced. Like, they shouldn't be like, "Yo, she said she'd do it." They should have just done the interview, gotten all they can before.
Well, really, like I was saying earlier, this screws up that whole network's, like, for a while, all of their reporters, because you don't think that they're going to put FBI on every single employee at BBC until they figure it out.
Dude, y'all just hit me up. I'll go do it for you.
Oh, dude.
I'll go do the interview. Just give me some sticky notes, some bullet points. I'll go do it.
If I had a couple like real hardcore like hacker friends, I would be down to do it, dude. Track her down and like show up in somewhere like little town in South America.
Oh, okay.
You know, something like that. Ooh. I don't know, dude. It's gonna be interesting to see what happens here. So yeah, I guess the meme did serve some kind of a purpose, you know. I was upset about it at first because I thought everybody was
Epstein didn't kill himself.
Yeah. What
was it I said? I made a joke about it the other day. Oh yeah, freaking Zoe took his jacket off and was wrapping it around his neck and then was just like, I can't breathe, like that, like joking. And Walter was like, what the heck is he doing? And I was like, he's reenacting the Jeffrey Epstein hanging. And then he was like, what the heck? But he didn't kill himself. I was like, well, you see, that's where I come in.
Dude, you might know more about this than anybody else your age. Do you realize that?
Yeah. Well,
there's a good chance.
Everyone makes memes about it. Yeah. Like people are like, oh, Jeffrey Epstein. And I'm just like,
yeah.
Yeah. I don't say anything, but I'm just like,
yeah. So, I mean, just so everybody knows, like, whenever this first happened, like, we've talked about this. We've
talked about this often.
We've talked about this a lot.
We talked about this for almost a month before we even started the podcast.
The amount of information that I have not said on this is ridiculous, isn't it?
Yeah.
Like, there's so much more than, and maybe one day, you know, if we have time, we can do like a little mini series kind of thing, because there's a lot of it, and I know a lot.
Dude, between the sex cult and the Russians, I'm in danger.
Yeah, you are, dude. You're in danger. Well, I mean, here's the issue with what you've got going on. The until you turn 18, you've got an issue with the sex cult and not Russia. After you turn 18, then we're gonna World War 3 or 4 or whatever will start, and the draft will happen, and you'll end up in Russia, bro.
All right, let's just be honest. If we're doing a world war, I'll fight with the Russians.
With the Russians?
Yeah. Here's my thing. I don't have a problem with Russians. Russian people, dude, they're sick, bro. They're cool. The government is insane. The Russian government is certifiably insane.
I think if we did a war, that Russia would probably ally with us if Trump is in office. And I'm not saying that based on
I don't know, dude.
I think that Trump is like a Russian. But I'm not saying that based on
Russia. This is how I feel about it. They side with us most of the time, but also I feel like there's something that they're just waiting for. Yeah. Like they're like the creepy friend that's like, you think they're just gonna stab you in the back later. Yeah. You know,
they'll steal your wallet and help you look for it.
Yeah,
but I don't know, dude. I mean, from what I know about Putin, it seems like what he cares about more than anything is like, not care about, but what he respects more than anything is someone that is about their business, and that is Donald Trump. And also that Trump is also someone that he could do business with on the other side of the presidency.
Oh yeah, for sure.
100%. I mean, you're going to tell me that there's no Trump establishments.
Here's the thing:
in
Trump
Russia.
Seems like the dude, because he was already Trump before he was president. So he just seems like the type of person that's like, he's going to not be president anymore, but everyone's still going to be talking about it.
Look up: is there any Trump real estate in Russia?
Trump real estate?
Yeah. What? 703, 1/3 of the owners of the 2,044 units in 7 Trump buildings are owned by Russians. Scroll down. So does he actually have anything there or no?
I think what it is that they have stuff here.
Yeah.
Like I think what it is that they have
what? So he doesn't actually have anything there.
Yeah, but they have stuff here.
Yeah, I know that they have stuff here, but what I'm talking about is
as if Russia isn't big enough already.
Doesn't he need stuff there for him to help their economy?
As if 2 continents isn't enough already. Dude, Russia is on 2 different continents.
Yeah, Russia and Florida.
What?
Russia and Florida.
And Florida. As if it's not enough.
Yeah. Well, dude, that's Russia for you. So, yeah. Anyway, let's get out of here, man. If y'all want to follow me on Twitter, you can
do that.
Follow me. I am at TBAT Quinn, and what you got?
TBAT at TBAT Skinny Rick SKINERICK.
Yeah. You got a fortune cookie or no?
No. I'm just gonna be honest, I don't have one.
Alright, man. Well, leaving the listeners without inspiration again. That's all right. We're gonna get out of here. Y'all have a good week. And we'll see y'all